I've got somebody special to introduce, my very good friend, Steve.
Hi Gary. Mate, we met in Thailand maybe 4 years ago, Gary, I think.
No, more than 4 years ago, probably 2017, I would say, maybe 2018.
Okay, we've never met before, right? So I was always living in Thailand. I had a guest house in Thailand and I've met many people from all over the world. I had the opportunity to meet Gary at our guest house and it was just a wonderful experience. We are now back in Victoria and Gary's decided to come to Echuca, where we are now, at the Echuca Hotel. We've had a pretty wonderful day. We've spoken lots about our experiences in Thailand and me being back in Australia. All I want to do is get back to my wife in Thailand. We've had nothing but a fantastic day together. So tomorrow we're going to do lots more experience around Echuca. My sister lives here. At the end of the month I'm going to Cairns to go with my niece to spend a month with her, and then I'm back to Thailand to Beni with my wonderful wife, Shani Sarah Walters. Thank you.
It feels a bit different to Barney, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it was ended up being an ingrown hair, and it was about that big. Jealous.
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, we've got to go.
Okay.
Steve,
Gary.
I think it's absolutely fantastic down here at Echuca. The riverfront here. Tell us a little bit about some of the boats and what's been happening. You had a bit of a flood. There was a bit of a flood here a little while ago.
Yeah, I walk down here every day, probably for the last 6 months since I've been living here with my sister. Where we're sitting right now, virtually the water was up to where we're sitting virtually. It's just amazing.
So from the river down there,
Yeah, it was.
the level was that high.
It was lapping where we are just here. It was just amazing, and the river was flowing that fast. There's 3 rivers that come into this in Echuca: the Compasky River, the Murray River, and there's another river on the other side near Moama that comes in. So you're looking at 3 rivers, entering one big river. It was devastating for the
And you
town.
said they had levee banks placed all around
Yep.
the
So
streets?
behind us was probably a 3-metre levee bank all the way down to the caravan park, and they had levee banks all the way around the caravan park because that's a council-owned caravan park. So they made sure that they looked after that. But yeah, really, the township was saved. You know, there were some areas over near Moama that, you know, there's quite a lot of houses went under, and there was nothing they could do about it.
Now,
They did.
Echuca, where we are right now, is just across the New South Wales border. So you've got,
Yep.
they're like twin towns. You've got Echuca in Victoria
And
Moama in New South Wales. And of course, we're in Australia, just in case you're watching overseas. All right, now let's talk about some of the river boats.
Yep.
We're looking at some of them now. They've got a fair bit of history, some of those boats.
Yeah, some of them, like, I think there's about 4 that are utilised. Some of the old steamboats, and then you've got the Mary Ann, which is the big boat out here. You know, you can go on dinner cruises, lunch cruises, and they head up and down the river, and they've only just started to kick back in, maybe in the last month and a half. So nothing was allowed to go up and down the river that whole time. No leisure boats, because the river was running that fast. It was so dangerous. So,
And when was that? How long ago?
well, only, you know,
few
virtually,
months.
yeah. It
About 3 months?
about 2 or 3 months ago.
And now look at it, it's really
opened up
low.
again. Yep, it's just
It's
unbelievable.
very low.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And now with the town itself, like the houses, you said they had a levee which sort of cut the town in the centre,
Yep,
sort of.
yep, which
So
is-
they had to decide where to have the levee.
Where the levee bank, yeah, because it had to be built on roads. So there were some houses that go down to the river. There was nothing they could do about it virtually.
All right. Now, what about Moama? Did it suffer
Yep.
on the New South Wales side?
Yep. There was a few levee banks over there, but obviously we might go for a drive over the old and new bridge. So
We'll go over the
we can
bridge,
show
yeah.
you where all
We'll
that
take
happened.
Rosie
So-
over the bridge, eh?
Yep. And there's, you know, I'd say anyone that was now has got property or houses on the river, you know, they're going to struggle now getting insurance anywhere along the river. And it was something, like I say, I used to walk down here every day, and I could just see every day how much the water
Going up.
just kept coming up. You know?
Must have been frightening.
Yeah, it was devastating actually.
We better go and have a look at Moama. What do you think?
Yeah,
We'll
good
go
idea.
across the bridge.
All right, good
Okay.
idea.
So, Steve, we're heading into New South Wales. Is that correct?
Correct.
And
Going over the old bridge.
this is the old bridge coming up right now.
Yep.
Rosie's going across the old bridge and Steve is driving Rosie. Oh yeah. Here we go. We're crossing over the Murray River now, heading into New South Wales, the border town of Moama. Moama. Well, that was a quick trip from Victoria to New South Wales.
Yep.
Now, you were telling me, Steve, that Moama is much smaller than Echuca.
Yep. Yeah, very small town. Where we're looking now, this was all underwater.
So all of this, that's a railway line there, that was
Yep.
all underwater?
Yep. The road was okay, but all this park, everything.
So the park over here,
Yep.
which we'll have a look at in a minute, that park was all underwater.
They had
Wow.
levee banks all the way around.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
How was that, Steve?